You've done it. You've done it. You've crossed through a very important threshold. Whether you know it or not, something has changed. Something has changed deeply within, which is starting to ripple out into your external space, causing change, causing alignment. But you've done it. You have worked the energy. Maybe you have done shit tons of shadow work. Maybe it hasn't been easy. Maybe it's still not feeling quite easy. Maybe you're still getting a little triggered. That's okay. But you're not where you were 3 months, 6 months, a year ago, 10 years ago. And you are also not where you were back then. You have done it. You've crossed through the threshold. Something has clicked. You've dialed in something. And right now, I encourage everybody to kind of do a little recollection, right? Recognizing where you've changed, where you've been, where you are, and where you want to go. And just look, really, really look to see the changes that you've done. Sometimes as we move through our lives, it's so hard to see how far we've come. But I want you just to take a moment and just really appreciate how far you've come, how far you've grown, the obstacles that you have overcome, the accomplishments, those hard steps, the brick walls that you've had to bust through. Give yourself a little appreciation for how far you've come, but you've done it. You have done it. Congratulations. So there's something that has been clicking. There's something that's moving into place. Imagine like a toy or a clock or a dial or something. And for a long time, it just wasn't quite clicked in. It is clicked. The dial is turned. It is clicked. You are locked in, baby. You're locked in. Okay. Even if you don't feel like it, take an overview type of perspective and see where you've locked in, see where you've clicked, see where you've changed and grown and won. We're winners. With this click, as we move through this threshold, we are bringing something that we have dreamed up, something that we have been working, that grind that maybe we've been staying up till midnight doing, the dreams where you're like driving a car and you're just like, oh, I wish this, I wish that, and all the things, right? Like maybe it's the tiny micro movements, the tiny micro steps you've been taking, dreaming up something, desires, right? Intentions to move your life in a different direction. And they are seeding. They are landing in reality as you cross this threshold. You're bringing it from the imaginative space into reality, into this 3D. You're bringing it from the 5D into the 3D, okay? And in the process, you are rising. You are resetting. And it is like almost like a rebirth or a reckoning, not even a rebirth, but a reclamation, a reckoning. But in a very real way. This isn't some kind of like holier than thou movement. No, this is very real. It's very tangible. It's very tangible. Okay. So let's jump in here and see what the overall supporting energy and advice is for you as you move through this threshold. And we've been working on this. Like if you've been following me for a while, these have been underlying themes that we are continuing to chip away. And why do we keep talking about these themes? Because change doesn't happen overnight. Look at nature. Nature takes seasons to move through its cycles, right? Birth takes a long time to conceive, gestate, and then once the baby, labor takes a long time for Christ's sake. And then once the baby, like humans take a long time to grow, so do you. So does your plan, so does change. Very rarely do miracles just drop pop out of the clouds, right? And sometimes that is divine being like, okay, we're going to do you a solid. We see how far you've been working. We see how much you've been working. We see you putting in the effort. Boop, there you go. And sometimes things just click, right? Which may be happening this week into next week, maybe even the rest of April, right? But generally growth is slow. So we talk about that and that process. And if we are not friends, please make sure that you hit the ding ding subscribe button. Please make sure to like this video. Interacting, it helps me read better for you. And I absolutely adore interacting with everybody. All right. I'm out here speaking my truth. So let's be community and support me by building this channel and moving this truth movement forward. All right, let's jump in. Main theme for the reading here is guided steps, which is so perfect. And I love this because it's like a maze, right? It's like a maze. I don't know what kind of figure this is, like looking down at this guy. Like he's in the maze. He's lost in the sauce, right? And sometimes like when you are like down there, the little itty bitty person, you can't see the big changes you've made, but like, look at like, maybe he's come so far. We don't even know. He's climbed mountains and all kinds of things. He's risen over obstacles, right? And maybe this is a protective guide. It kind of looks like a unicorn. So maybe he's like now helping him navigate, helping protect him as you have all of your guides and protectors around you as you navigate this path. But this is saying trust the process even when your path seems blocked or unclear. And the mantra is, I keep moving forward. I keep moving forward. Even last reading I did, I think it was something about like taking small baby steps and stuff like that, but very similar messages here, right? Sometimes we can't see the bigger picture. And that's why I'm encouraging you to take like a little bit of time, step back, see how far you've come, see where you're going, see where you need to position yourself and the actual movements, right? Integrating into the earth, the seeds that you need to plant to make sure that you can get yourself the rest of the way, right? And again, life's a journey, not a destination. So be graceful and patient and gentle with yourself. But even if you are lost in this, even if you lost in this maze, keep going because guess what? Like you're moving towards this rainbow bridge. And every time I see rainbows, I think of, okay, our perspective gets way broader. And number two, bridges are getting from point A to point B. Okay. So guided steps, keep trusting the process, even when it seems fuzzy. And we know that sometimes if we don't, see the path, if we can't see if it's foggy, if we feel fogged in, if we feel unclear, what do we need to do? Sometimes we aren't guided with our physical eyes. We feel with our heart. We feel with our heart song, our heart path, our intuition, our gifts of perception. So friends, this is the time to trust yourself, trust your guides, and really lead with your intuition. All right. Because sometimes what we see in reality is deceptive. All right, so let's get a supporting angel card here to clarify our guided steps card. And you know what? While we're here, I would love everyone, if you're feeling this reading, if you're jiving with me in my energy, drop a comment and say, I am ready to reset my life. I am ready to reset my life. That way you're participating with this energy. You're making a declaration. You are ready to go, baby. So drop that comment. I am ready to reset my life. All right. Angel card today, we get 678, and it's the card of progress. Yes, you are making progress and advancement towards your goals. Stay focused and committed to your journey, knowing that success is within reach. This is perfect, friends, because it's like, again, that confirmation of take the small steps, keep going, right? Trust the journey, stay focused and committed, and know that you're going to get to where you need to go. Okay, so let's pull a few tarot cards. This card wants to come out. Let's pull a few tarot cards here. And, my tarot is kind of like that fun, blunt friend that you're like, okay, tell me the things, blunt friend. And sometimes you like really don't want to hear her or him, but, hi, I'm that blunt friend. Always. Okay. Thank you. All right. We got just a bunch of cards here. So that's what our tarot does to us. All right. So let's get these set up here. Okay. Perfect. All right. Okay. So the first one that comes out here is the 10 of Wands. Something needs to come to an end. Do you see how hard this guy's working? Do you see he's doing it all by himself? He's not going to give up, right? He's still walking the journey, but he's really pooped. He's taken on a lot of load, right? And he's possibly getting burnt out in the process. So this is a come to Jesus moment, asking yourself, where are you carrying too much of the load? What is not balanced in your life? And where do you need to use inspiration or higher perspective to diversify the energy, right? Call upon your community, maybe let some things go, maybe focus on one or two things to help lighten that load a little bit. And next card is Ace of Swords. So this is truth, right? Be truthful with yourself about where your energy's at, where and what you can carry, what is too heavy for you and what you need to put down. So like this is a come to Jesus moment. And I said something's clicking in here, out there, right? Something is resetting. And that is this Ace of Swords card, right? You need to find balance. The Two of Pentacles. You see this little ship right here is rocking and rolling, right? A little bit like these waves are really kind of having its way with the ship. And this card is saying you need to bring something into balance, right? Something's maybe out of balance. And like we're saying here, like you're carrying the load. Something's out of balance. Call truth to it. Bring it back into balance. Pentacles is that tangible. I can feel it. I can touch it. Health, wealth, job, family. So maybe there is it's a job that's not aligned. Maybe it's part of your family. Maybe you take on more of the mental, the emotional, the physical, financial burden, and you need to ask for help. Maybe it's your health. Maybe you need to call yourself out in some aspect, releasing an addiction or a toxic cycle or foods or exercise or whatever the hell it is, go get some rest, go get a massage, treat yourself a little bit, but bring yourself into balance so that you can take the load off and you can be truthful with yourself. Of course. Oh, these are naked pictures, so I have to cover this one real quick so I don't get dinged. But we got the Lovers. I think we might have actually got the Lovers in reverse last time, but I can't remember. Lovers, major arcana. The sun is illuminating. It's brightening them. It's blessing them. But their Lovers means decisions, choices about bringing something into union, balancing something out, right? Calling yourself out. And when you are truthful with something about the load that you're carrying is so heavy, and of course you don't want to quit. Of course you have awesome energy, but wouldn't that energy be better suited if you wouldn't just like keep pounding on doors that don't open or exhausting yourself in a space of burnout? Try a new way, babe. Try a new way. Balance stuff out. Call your shit out. Sometimes we got to call ourselves out. And that's why I said tarot cards are like that blunt friend that's like, I don't, maybe do this and this and this, but it's coming from a place of love. Yes. So you need to bring balance into something. This also could mean coming into union with somebody, even romantically. So be open for that. And then the last card we get here is a Strength, but it's in reverse. So Strength card, major arcana card, which is, yes, you're having the strength, patience, the perseverance to keep going, which we see here, oohs. But in the reverse position, this is in the upright, it's my flow, not force. Divine timing, have the patience, the perseverance to flow with the cycle, right? And this in the reverse position is saying we're impatient. Maybe we're forcing something. Maybe we're pushing something when we need to drop into the flow. And again, this is kind of this energy. It's taking on too much. It's forcing the issue. It's being the hero of the day. This is a Metallica song, right? The hero of the day, right? Who are you actually being a hero for? Like all you're really affecting, people might be like, oh yes, good job. But at the end of the day, it's your energy that you have to, sit with, right? And if you're freaking burnt out, you're not shit to anyone. You're here to experience joy, abundance. Your birthright is to create, right? And be loving, receiving love, giving love. And in this space, it's not happening. You're forcing shit. So it's time to call yourself out. You're carrying too much weight. Bring things back into balance, make a bold decision so that you can support the progress on your journey, trusting and taking those guided steps that are aligned with what seeds you're planting, right? So again, you are shifting, you're crossing this threshold, you're bringing something from imagination into reality, but you got to be real with yourself during this reset. So again, please drop a comment in here. I'm ready to change my life, but doing it from a space of authenticity, truth, and realness. All right, friends? Wishing you lots of love and blessings. Take care.